This video is on Classroom PBIS Tier 1 practices. Viewers will gain an understanding of the importance of connecting the classroom to the school-wide expectations, using pre-corrections to proactively prevent problem behaviors, and the benefits of having a classroom procedures. The elements of PBIS Tier 1 at the school level include 3 to 5 school-wide expectations, expectation posters specific to locations, a T-chart of classroom versus office managed behaviors, an acknowledgement system, weekly cool tools or behavioral lessons, the team using Big 5 data monthly to make decisions, and using PBIS language throughout the building. PBIS Tier 1 at the classroom level includes classroom procedures and expectations, pre-correction before all transitions, redirection of students who fail to meet the expectations, positive acknowledgement of all students, corrective feedback to students who fail to meet the expectations, and active supervision of all students. Procedures and expectations are important for the classroom. The first step is to create a classroom matrix. This connects the classroom rules to the school-wide expectations. The matrix should be specific rules for various locations and transitions within the classroom. This should be specific to a subject matter and grade level and can vary by classroom. Taking time and teaching the procedures and expectations of the class will save you a great deal of time throughout the course of the year because you will not have to be constantly stopping to correct behaviors and remind students of the expectations. Here is an example of a classroom matrix. Across the top are the various transitions and locations in the classroom, and across the side are the 3 school-wide expectations. Then within the matrix are the specific classroom rules for each of those transitions as they fall within the school-wide expectations. Pre-correction is a very important tool within the classroom. It is when entering any area or transition, for example, the hallway or the cafeteria, or going into small groups, you would stop the students and teach the expectations using your expectations poster. You want to wait to see the expectations in the students and ensure their understanding, and then transition. Alright students, we're going to take our test on fractions here now. We've been learning about fractions for a few weeks now. We're going to take our test. I want to remind us of the expectations before we begin here. To be safe, we're going to keep our hands, feet, and objects to ourselves. We're going to stay in our seats during the test. To be respectful, we're going to be silent. You're going to raise your hand if you have a question. To be responsible, you're going to do your own work. You're going to stay focused and do your best. Everyone understand? Give me a thumbs up if you understand the expectations. Excellent. Alright students, it's about lunchtime, so we're going to line up and go to the cafeteria. But before we line up, let's go through what the lining up expectations are. And to be safe, we're going to keep our hands, feet, and objects to ourselves. We're going to walk at all times. To be respectful, we're going to leave space between each of the students. We're going to be silent in the halls. And to be responsible, we're going to walk on the right, and we're going to go directly to our destination. So you guys all understand the expectations? Give me a thumbs up if you understand them. Excellent. Alright, we can go line up.
We get ready to go get a drink of water at the bubbler. So before we do that, what are the 3 things that we're going to do?
Bubble
in the mouth, 2 finger squeeze,
face in the front,
face in the front,
and mouth shut.
voices on. Alright? So very carefully, show me how you're going to do that. Show me. Show me. Excellent job. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, does everybody have a 2-finger squeeze?
Yes.
Do I see a bubble in the mouth? Do I have voices off? Okay.
Take a minute and pause the video and go over these 2 scenarios in a group. Talk about how you would pre-correct the students in each of these scenarios. Redirection occurs when a student fails to meet the expectations. When this occurs, you need to remind the student of the expectations and allow for the student to reach the expectation. If the student still does not reach the expectations, you should implement a classroom-level intervention. Such interventions include proximity to the student, moving the student, calling home, creating a behavior contract with the student, a loss of free time, or acknowledgement of those students meeting the expectations, and then provides pressure to those students not meeting the expectations to then adjust their behavior.
Do you remember what the expectations are about hands speaking on this?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's keep them to ourselves. And let's keep walking. Alright, let's keep going. You guys doing well here? Come on, do you remember what our expectations are about our headphones and our electronics?
Yes.
Want to take them away from me? Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Keep working.
Take a moment and pause the video and go over how you might redirect students in the following situations. Acknowledgement of student behavior in the classroom is also an important tool to use. All positive behaviors should be acknowledged verbally. The verbal acknowledgement should be specific verbal feedback towards the student's behavior that you want to acknowledge. Classrooms can also create an acknowledgement system in addition to the school-wide acknowledgement system. There are many examples of classroom acknowledgement systems online on our RTI website listed below under Resources and Behavior or under Professional Development. Verbal acknowledgements can include, "Thank you for being respectful and sitting quietly to take your test. I liked the way you were safe and walked down the hallway. Great to see you being responsible and coming prepared and on time to school today." Take a moment and discuss how you would acknowledge the students in each of the following situations. Active supervision is an important element of Tier 1 in the classroom and includes the following: monitoring all students in the room, having 5 positive for every 1 corrective interaction with every student, moving through the area constantly and randomly and scanning the entire area. Teachers should acknowledge all positive behaviors from the students, should set routines and procedures, and lead by example through your staff behavior.
How are you doing here? Are you doing really well? What part are you working on? That's great. Keep working. Finish it up. How's it going, Amandre? What part are you working on? It looks nice. Okay, keep working. What part are you guys working on? Okay. Don't forget your facts. Make sure you have your facts for your paper, okay? Okay.
All teachers should have an attention signal that they use in the classroom. This is used along with actively supervising all students. It's used to get the attention of all students whenever you need it. It should involve some sort of visual and some sounds to grab the student's attention. Students all stop what they're doing and pay attention to the teacher when the attention signal is used. This should be practiced with your students at the beginning of the year so all students know to follow it. And you should acknowledge students who follow the attention signal.
Okay, good afternoon, 7th grade.
To review, the teacher has a very important role in Tier 1 of PBIS. All classroom teachers should have procedures and classroom-specific expectations that they teach the students from day one. Teachers should use pre-correction of all students when transitioning within a classroom and to different settings within the school building. Teachers should be using redirection of students who fail to meet the expectations to remind them of the expectations and allow them a chance to reach them. Verbal acknowledgement of all positive behaviors should occur with all students, and teachers should engage in active supervision and use an attention signal to help manage the behaviors of all students.